And welcome to another Disagreeable Nerd. I'm Gabby.
I'm Jerry.
And today we're going to talk about a few different things, among which is...
Sure to be controversial. See what I did there? Sherlock.
Sure.
We're going to talk about Sherlock.
Sherlock versus Sherlock.
Holmes.
Versus Schlock.
Schlock.
Yeah.
Like the sandwich schlock.
Wannabes.
Oh.
The wannabe Sherlocks. Elementary.
The basic Sherlocks.
You ever seen that?
Oh, yeah. One time. You know why I hate it? What's the chick's name?
You would jump to hate.
What's the chick's name in it? Hang on a second. Let me look that up. Pause. No, don't pause. I'll just look that up right now.
You know, chick is like...
Check is?
Chick.
Is that bad?
The lady in it. The
Lucy Liu is her name.
I don't know. I don't even know how. I don't know how to be PC anymore. Is lady okay? Girl, woman, female,
person.
The other person of the opposite gender.
Well, she might not be. Don't assume her gender.
I'm sorry. I did not mean that.
Elementary. Lucy Liu.
Just say her name.
Lucy Liu. Here's what I don't like. I don't like Lucy Liu.
What'd she do to you?
Well, she upset Mr. Bill Murray.
What'd she do to Bill?
You don't know about her and Bill Murray fighting on the Charlie's Angels set?
No.
Go ahead and Google that. When Bill Murray was in, I think...
Was it Bill's fault or Lucy's fault?
He called her out for being a horrible actress. I think.
Ouch.
I think she got mad at Bill Murray.
Is that real?
Yeah. You want me to look it up?
Or is that propaganda?
No, it's not propaganda. It's Bill Murray. It's fact.
Okay.
Trust me on that. Hang on a second. Will you go on and talk about something else?
Clickety-clack as he's typing. Clickety-clack.
Bill Murray.
Well, we're going to discuss Sherlock. In this case, the BBC Sherlock.
Which is the best Sherlock.
Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman.
And also the Sherlock movies. Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, and Jude Law as Watson. And the other movies that are just Sherlock wannabes. Let's see, what did we watch the other day? You know, stuff like The Mentalist. You ever see The Mentalist?
Partially, I was somewhat intrigued by it, but it got moved to a different time slot, didn't it, on CBS?
I mean, it's basically a Sherlock. He notices everything you do, and he has everything figured out. I like the show, but it's a Sherlock wannabe.
He's Sherlock Light. He's
Sherlock
an
Light.
American Sherlock.
Yes.
He's Stephen Locke.
Bob Locke.
Okay, according to the playlist.net, this is a quote.
Okay.
What actually transpired was much more intense. Bill Murray stopped the scene in progress.
Who?
Bill Murray.
He said Bill Murray.
Bear Murray.
Beer Murray?
Bear Murray. Hey, that would be a good name for beer. Beer Murray. Trademark pending.
He likes to party.
Stopped a scene in progress, pointed to Drew Barrymore, love her, Cameron Diaz, not really, and Lucy Liu, saying in order, I get why you're here, and you got talent. But what are you doing here? You can't act.
Wow.
Liu blew her lid and attacked Murray, wildly throwing punches. They had to be separated. Yes.
Are you serious?
She accosted.
I've never heard of this.
I knew this is fact, man. I knew about
this.
So Lucy Liu attacked Bill Murray, and I have a soft spot for Bill Murray.
You know what? In today's climate, I'm scared of supporting anybody. Because something's going to come out about them, and they're going to be a terrible, terrible person one way or the other.
Bill.
You think Bill Murray's going to make it through?
Bill Murray will survive.
Okay.
But then again, I never saw that. What's the actor that ended up getting in all the trouble that was like loved by everybody?
Bill Cosby?
No, OJ. No, yes, Bill Cosby. See what I was talking about? No,
wait, no. People loved OJ too.
He's a good running back.
No, well, after that, I'm talking about the Naked Gun movies. He seems so goofy and harmless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little did they know.
You can't support anybody.
No, about Bill Murray.
You don't know who they are.
I'm pro Bill Murray.
Okay, well, you can have Bill Murray.
Don't break my heart, Bill.
Bill, don't do this to me.
Do this to me, Bill. Speaking of Sherlock Holmes.
But Elementary, I like the dude on there.
The dude? The British guy? Hang on, I'll look him up. Go ahead.
His name, well, he was in, you know where I know him from is Hackers.
Hackers?
You remember Hackers from the 90s? Starring Angelina Jolie. And I believe her first role.
Oh, yeah.
Watching digitized music in conjunction with people typing on keyboards. And you're like, this is cool.
Well, anytime you put techno to people typing on computers, that's what made CSI.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody, I want to know who it was. Which
Just
producer?
looking at stuff.
Which producer said, you know what's really boring is that we just got people looking into computer screens and they're looking in the microscopes. What if we put that to techno music? I bet that would speed up the scene and make it seem cool. And
it does.
Yep, it does.
I was reading a review for Tomb Raider,
The new one?
the newest one coming out Friday.
I'm kind of interested in that.
I'd like to see it. I'm a fan of the actress.
I am.
But they said basically in one scene she's just spinning these like stone things. She's just spinning them, but they have this I guess techno music or whatever going to it, just some, high intensity music set to it to make it seem exciting that she's just spinning these big stone knobs. And that's really all they do. Alicia Vikander.
What's her name again?
Who?
Felicia Vikander.
Alicia Vikander.
I never can pronounce her name. It's only got a 52% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's not doing well. It's half and half. It's not doing great, but it's not terrible. I'm going into it. I'm going to watch it Friday. I'm going to expect it to be entertaining, and I don't expect much else.
It's got Walter Goggins in it. I like Walter Goggins. It's got Dominic West.
Walter or Walton?
Walton. I call him Walter, but Walton.
Walt.
Yeah.
Just say Walt. You'll
And
be
Dominic
safe.
West. I like Dominic West. He was off the Wire. What other shows was she in? Felicia Vikander.
Alicia.
Oh, she was Machina.
She was Ex Machina. She was in that spy movie with Army
She was
Hammer
in Jason Bourne, apparently.
and Henry Cavill.
The Man from
The last
Uncle.
Jason Bourne.
Okay, so yeah,
Man from Uncle.
She's just one who's just a name I've not heard her name. I've never been able. Her face looks familiar.
Yeah.
She was in The Fifth Estate. Okay, all right, I'm all about this.
Well, moving on.
Wait, before you move on,
I don't want to. I don't
I just
know.
gotta.
I said moving
just
on.
Full disclosure:
If you're moving on, you're not waiting.
I didn't like Angelina Jolie's Tomb Raider.
I liked it. Okay. Darn, I guess I'll close the windows. People hot rodding around. Neither one of them. How old were you when they come out? Like 2000?
I don't remember.
2001? How old were you in 2001?
8,
You were just a kid.
19, 20.
Just a dumb kid.
Still, I knew a good movie when I saw one, and that wasn't a
Whatever.
good one.
You were in love with Angelina and
I
you
didn't
know it.
like Angelina.
Really?
No. Didn't
Well,
like it. It was low brow.
You were in the minority.
Why isn't she doing the next one? The remix.
Because she's beyond Hollywood's age. She's aged out.
I don't know about that.
You ain't got nothing to say?
I'm just saying.
I'm shocked.
I'm just saying I didn't like it. Well, you said moving on. Moving on.
Oh, okay. So now we're moving on.
Moving on.
Okay, fine.
Back to Sherlock.
Okay. So we have Sherlock BBC, Benedict Cumberbatch. Do you like him as an actor?
Benedict Cumberbatch?
That's what I said.
Yes, I really loved The Imitation Game. I thought that was a very nice, slow-moving film. I didn't like...
You thought it was a very nice, slow-moving film?
Yeah.
You like slow-moving films?
As a general rule, I tend to.
Really?
Yeah, as a general rule. If the acting is good, I have to prepare myself. It's like I go to a movie and I think, is this all about the action and the story, or is this just
Or is this going to go to snail's pace?
Yeah, is it slow, and is it about the actor's performance and telling a story and doing a story right? And it was. It was a slow-moving show that had very important subject, and it was played very well. I enjoyed it. It was slow, though.
I didn't see it.
The Imitation Game?
No.
Well, I'm also looking forward to his upcoming film with Michael Shannon, is it? The one where... regarding electricity. I can't think of it now. Current Wars. What was that
Tesla versus Edison?
called? Basically, is what it is. Tesla's in it. Edison's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it tells the true life
I
story.
was just telling a joke.
No, that's it.
Huh. Played the board game.
Yeah. But Star Trek, was it The Darkness, whatever that was?
Into the
Darkness.
Into the darkness.
I will forever
It's Khan.
I will forever hate that film.
John Anderson.
I will
or whatever
forever
his
hate
name
that.
was.
I will forever hate that film.
Why?
Because they had the opportunity to just come out and redo Wrath of Khan and have Benedict Cumberbatch be Khan and do something very similar to the old one. And they didn't. It was stupid.
It was
stupid.
foolish them trying to hide the fact that he was Khan.
Just come out. Star
everybody knew.
Trek, The Return of Khan, Wrath of Khan,
or how
whatever.
about just an original idea?
Here's an original idea. Have Benedict Cumberbatch be Khan. Have him be like a terrorist guy that's just giving the Federation all types of trouble. He steals a ship, just like in the old one, or something similar to that, and then the Star Trek crew has to go.
And that's what happened.
No, it wasn't.
He stole the ship.
Okay, here's what happened.
No, that's what happened. It was a good movie.
Are you telling me that Star Trek Into the Darkness was a good movie?
I just said it.
It sucked so bad.
Out of your mind. You know what? It's just the only thing you didn't like was just because they called him John or whatever his fake name was.
Not what I didn't like.
But once he was gone, he was gone. The movie's on.
No, it wasn't.
Action packed.
My God. No,
I mean, he didn't have the chest plate
I'm
that
about to gag myself.
Ricardo
right now.
Montalban had.
Let me tell you about Montalban. That's a real man right there. You couldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. Let me tell you right now why that show sucked. Right now. Let me tell you right now. I cannot believe you think
people hold Wrath of Khan up on a pedestal it doesn't belong on. Yeah,
I'm done with you.
I just dropped that.
The soundtrack alone is enough to make that show just.
It was not. It was a fine movie for the time. It does not hold up. Okay, and so they redid it, and it was good too.
It wasn't.
That was a good movie. Great action sets.
No.
A touching moment.
No, what touching moment?
They did the switcherooski.
That was so stupid.
With Spock
yelling Khan. That was made my skin crawl. That was stupid.
I cried.
And then his blood. Apparently Khan's blood.
What about the earworms? Where are they at?
I wanted some earworms.
Oh, did you?
I did.
DJ earworm?
That was cool. That was cool.
No, it was dumb.
He wasn't even like the main bad guy.
I love Star Trek.
The creepy guy.
But Wrath of Khan does not belong on the pedestal people put it.
You've said so much that I disagree with right now. I don't even know where to begin.
Well, go ahead.
First off, everybody hates you right now for saying about the Wrath of Khan. No. And then everybody else that didn't sort of kind of...
The Wrath of Khan was fine for 1977.
Did hate you for saying that Star Trek In the Darkness is worthwhile.
It was.
It wasn't.
When that ship comes out of the water... Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, no.
Sure, engines operate underwater. Right. What don't you believe? What? They travel through space and time. Why can't it go underwater? It's the Enterprise. It can do whatever Scotty says it can do.
Yeah, he locked that. Make us airtight, Scotty. We're going deep.
There you go. It's got force fields around it.
I hated that show.
You're entitled to your
opinion.
I hated
the missed opportunity that they had. They rushed it along.
The Klingons would have been cool if they went into that a little bit more.
The Klingons were very forcefully put in there, and then they had all these torpedoes with Khan's crew in it or some mess. That was stupid. Star Trek In the Darkness. I'm not even going to argue with you because you're wrong, and everybody who's listening to this knows that you're wrong, and will send you hateful email.
Nobody sends me email.
That's because you suck so bad. All right.
Okay, so Benedict, either way, is a good actor.
I love it, Benedict.
Okay. This is my question to you. Do you prefer actors that act as themselves in every movie?
No, I do not. I hate that.
Okay, but Benedict pretty much is Benedict in every movie.
Nope, he's not. He is not. That makes me sad that you say that. He is not. What makes you say
what
that?
Did he do?
What makes you say that?
I mean, he plays the same character. Doctor Strange, Khan. He might be a little more eccentric as Sherlock, but he plays the same British guy in every movie. The smart British guy. Except Doctor Strange, he played an American.
Okay. So, I don't even know. What do you want him to do?
Robert Downey Jr., same thing. Okay, he has more range than Robert Downey Jr. because Robert Downey Jr. is Robert Downey Jr. in every movie.
Right. He's Robert Downey Jr. Benedict Cumberbatch has a chance of winning an Oscar.
Well, okay, I give you that.
Robert Downey Jr. here is stuck into this Marvel universe stuff that he'll never crawl his way out of.
But he plays Sherlock, and you like his Sherlock, you said.
I enjoy his Sherlock. I do. It's not... Well. He is not a better Sherlock than Benedict Cumberbatch.
So you prefer Benedict over
Yes, I do.
Downey?
Yes. Downey. Yes.
Okay.
Certainly do.
So that's a key. That's a key element. That's what I wanted to know. Let me write that down in my notes.
I love Guy Ritchie films.
Jerry loves Robert over Benny. No, wait. Got that wrong. Scratch. Jerry loves Benny. Can I call him Benny?
No, you will call him Sir Benedict Cumberbatch because he will be knighted one of these days.
He will.
He can play just about anything.
I'm not saying I don't like him.
I hope that
I love him.
that one day I wake up and he's Doctor Who.
I love him. That's never going to happen.
I just love that.
It may happen 20 years from now. But
I'll be fine.
Oh,
with
that
it.
would be awesome.
Be fine with it.
You know what? Sherlock is Doctor Who.
No, he's not.
They have very similar personality traits. Super genius and super eccentric.
No. Sherlock.
Doctor Who? You want to go into Doctor Who? That's a whole... we could do a whole show just on Doctor Who.
Sherlock is a very... He's been wounded. He's got problems.
He's hurt.
He's a cocaine addict.
Yes.
He loves a woman he can never have.
Well.
He has enemies.
Don't we all?
I'm just saying, and he's human, number one.
Sherlock.
Dr. Sherlock.
Doctor Who? Sherlock. Okay.
Yeah. And so I think, overall, I do see that there is a slight comparison that people can make there. But no, Sherlock is a better character than Doctor Who.
Disagree.
Why?
Because you have a doctor who, over the span of 50 years, has been played by several different characters with different personality traits and depth to him. And Sherlock is Sherlock.
No.
Every doctor plays him slightly different.
I disagree.
The last 4 doctors, you have the first one, Christopher Eccleston,
which I like.
kind of serious, like the war dude, just got out of his war,
Which I
tired.
like. PTSD.
Then you get David Tennant, the emotional doctor.
Yeah.
Then you have Matthew Smith, the crazy doctor.
Loved him.
Okay, so you have all these variances, but Sherlock is Sherlock. Just he's either on a high of crack cocaine or he's depressed.
So let me get this straight. You judge a character by how just basically bipolar they act, by how different their personality is from time to time.
Yeah, I like to see different traits of the personality, characteristics, not just the same person all the time. That's why I like David Tennant as number 10. Because he would cry in one episode and you would cry with him. Then you would laugh with him in the next episode.
I'm not feeling it. Because essentially...
But then Peter Capaldi was just angry and mean the first couple of seasons. And then by the end of it, I loved him.
I like Peter Capaldi. He reminds me of my dad. I think that the whole thing with Sherlock and Doctor Who, I won't keep calling him Dr. Holmes.
Shirtlock.
Sherlock and Dr. Holmes. With Doctor Who, it's the lore of it. It's everything that's going on and the story around it. But it's too convoluted. I need something
that I agree with.
that I can relate to. And I can relate to Sherlock.
Oh, a genius.
No, I'm just...
dare you?
No, I'm not...
You really think he's that smart?
I didn't say that. I relate to Doctor Who because he's somebody...
Wait,
okay.
Doctor Who or Holmes?
Sherlock.
Aha,
Leave me alone.
gotcha.
Sherlock. I relate... Here's the thing with Sherlock. He's good at one thing, pretty much.
What?
Deduction.
Solving crimes?
Deduction. He's good at deduction. He has taken one thing and he's devoted his life to it. He's like almost Asperger type level of this savant.
Ashburger?
I believe that's correct.
Oh, okay.
And so he's got this whole focal point that he has in his life. He has very few friends. He's got one person that
he is like you then.
He's got one person that he focuses on that he consistently abuses.
Oh, that's me.
There you go. Let's see. And he goes out and
he is you.
He goes out and he's a realist. He treats people the way that he judges them.
I'm a realist.
He goes about his business.
Much like, what was their name?
Substance abuse problems.
No way. Who's this? Oh, the joke's gone. Nicki Minaj or somebody did. I'm a realist.
No.
What was that?
I know. No. Don't you dare even.
The white Australian girl that rapped for a while.
Oh, you're not talking about like the. I can't even think of it now.
Oh my goodness, that's how forgettable she is.
Now we're done with her now.
Okay.
Either way, I just think that Sherlock's more relatable.
Well,
he's got a substance abuse problem. He's angry. He's violent. Where Doctor Who, it's like you just don't know what you're dealing with. Every person plays it differently.
That's true.
And I enjoy Doctor Who, but I don't think that's really. I think that's cheating in terms of writing. He's not the same character. By definition, it's like a
That's how they
reincarnation.
get out of contracts.
It's like the reincarnation of another character. It's a different person, different character.
That's more of a contract issue than a writing issue.
All right. But I love Sherlock. I love Benedict Cumberbatch. And Benedict Cumberbatch is one of the best Sherlocks there ever was. He is 10 times better than the guy in Elementary, and he's better than Robert Downey Jr. But Robert Downey Jr. holds his own in movies.
But you said you liked Robert Downey Jr.'s
I do. I'm
feisty style
I
of fighting.
The first Sherlock Holmes that came out, when I watched it, I was very pleased to see him portray Sherlock is not a stuffy Englishman. He fights. He's mean.
He's a rascal.
Gets stuff done.
He's a real rascal.
I like seeing that in the show, and I like Guy Ritchie movies.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah, you hate
Guy Ritchie thinks he is so cool in his movies.
You know why? Because Guy Ritchie is cool.
No,
Yes, he
whatever. Is he still married to Madonna?
I don't. What?
Foss. Not cool.
Okay, tell you what. Is Madonna even alive?
I think so. Yeah, she's alive.
No, I don't know.
She's just an older lady, female,
Yeah,
woman.
yeah. She's older. Like
Okay, so
waiting to regenerate. That's what happens. She'll regenerate. She'll be like the 14th Doctor Who. Start to show off singing like a virgin.
oh my goodness. So who is your favorite actor?
My most favorite actor of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time.
And I guarantee you're not going to go back to the 50s or 60s. I would guarantee that.
The 50s or 60s?
Yeah.
Well, probably not, no.
Right. You know why? Because all that acting back then was overacting.
No.
All of it.
No.
Every bit of it.
No.
That's kind of
No, there's some good ones.
broad. But
There's some good ones.
most of it.
There's some good ones.
Who?
Well, Michael Caine was going strong back
Your
in the 60s.
cocaine?
Yeah, your cocaine. Michael Caine was doing good.
Well, that's terrible. You should be into cocaine. Just because Sherlock's into cocaine, you shouldn't
Michael
be.
Caine was doing good back in the 60s.
Michael Caine's been good
and
for a long
it
time.
was the 70s that, what's his name? The guy who played the bad guy on the fourth Superman. What's his name? Oh, I feel sad that I missed his name. I'm losing it. What's the guy? French Connection.
Oh.
Love that guy.
Oh.
Love that guy. He was on Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood.
What is his name? He's the coach in Hoosiers.
I love the guy.
What is his name?
Hey, look it up. Look it up. Anyways, I loved him. He was good in the 70s, a French Connection and all
Now,
that.
70s is different.
So you think like movie?
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman. Love Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman. I love Gene Hackman.
Hoosiers. One of my favorite movies of all time.
Love Hoosiers. So you got Gene Hackman. But yeah, I like Leonardo DiCaprio and what's his face, who's not making movies anymore now. I haven't watched his last movies. Daniel Day-Lewis. Those are like my two that I go back and forth on. Because I honestly think that Leonardo DiCaprio in like 20 years is going to be
the new Daniel Day-Lewis.
He's going to be the guy that like when we need something, we'll just get him. Every year we're just going to give him an Oscar.
Well, those are good choices.
Yeah.
My favorite is, do you know?
Your favorite? You've said it before.
Do you know my favorite?
Oh, I can't recall. It's someone.
He's not as prolific these days.
Oh, yeah. Matt Damon. No.
But he's actually good too.
Mark Wahlberg.
He's not good.
Okay, I'm about to stop you
But
there.
put him with Will Ferrell and it's a laugh a minute.
Okay, yeah, he's got his thing. He's got his thing. I like Mark Wahlberg.
Say hello to your mother for me.
Yeah,
No, my favorite is Russell Crowe.
oh yeah.
And Russell Crowe, in his heyday, he was one of those that became his character.
He was legit.
He was either a gladiator.
I like that. Yeah.
He was
Beautiful Mind.
a beautiful mind. He was a L.A. gangster. Was he a cop or gangster in that movie?
cop.
L.A. Confidential?
He's cop. Yeah, it's cop.
Okay. That was excellent.
I like how in Beautiful Mind that like had to completely go around the fact that he was super buff. Like that was never comment. He like comes into the classroom, he's like took his shirt off and all that. His biceps are like 19 inches around and nobody says anything. Like, how did this guy get this big?
He was bronze over brain.
Yeah. Beautiful Mind, which was highly Ron Howard. That was a good movie, but it was not factual. Just FYI. There's way more to that story with Mr. Nash.
John.
Yeah, there's a lot more involved in that. But still, Ron Howard has a bad habit. Ron Howard as a director, about to get on
The director of Solo?
Yeah. About to jump on Ron Howard. Ron Howard ruined one of my favorite books, Into the Heart of the Sea. The one about that came out at the same time as Force Awakens.
Chris Hemsworth.
And for whatever reason, he cast Chris Hemsworth.
Because Chris Hemsworth is awesome.
Okay, Chris Hemsworth is awesome. But then you have Cillian Murphy, and you got some other good people in there.
He's awesome.
And what does he do? He turns this into like... There was a scene in that movie where they're being attacked by a whale that I thought, this is a dream sequence. This is not real. They didn't mean that the whale jumped up and grabbed the boat and Chris Hemsworth is beating on the whale trying to... No.
I haven't seen the movie.
That's stupid. Read the book. Wonderful book. True story.
Isn't it called Moby Dick?
It was the story that inspired Moby Dick.
Oh, that's right.
That's what Melville went and interviewed everybody about. And then,
Herm.
Yeah. Made Moby Dick out of a wonderful book. Love it. And Ron Howard, because of that, I have no faith in him no more. No more.
Well, that's kind of what concerns me about Solo.
I'm going to go watch it. And you know
because,
what?
I mean, all of his movies, they don't really have style.
No, they don't. It's
They
like
just
he's
kinda
just
like-
telling a story.
Yeah.
He's just telling a story. There is no real
Just
style.
generic camera work.
Yeah, very generic. And the thing is, though, I have zero. I would very easily forget to go watch Solo. I'm like that disinterested in it. But I would love to go to the movie theater and be blown away by it. Nothing would thrill me more to go to watch this show, and it'd be like the most awesome thing you've ever seen, like the new Guardians of the Galaxy.
I haven't seen the
level.
guy in anything.
He was in that Ave Caesar with with
I mean, I know he's in like the Secret Service movies. Whatever
he's
they're
a
called.
solid actor. He's a solid actor. He's like a legit actor. It's like a Ben Foster kind of guy. Like he's underappreciated. If you know who Ben Foster is, if you know 310 to Yuma, you like him. You love him.
It was starring Russell Crowe.
No,
310 to Yuma.
Oh, yeah, 310 to Yuma.
Yeah.
Forgot. So you know
Christian
about that.
Bale.
Christian Bale. Now,
Christian
there's somebody,
Bale. There
there's
you
somebody who is himself in every movie, pretty much.
Super intense.
Yeah. Super intense. He overdoes it.
These are hockey pads.
Somebody should have stopped him.
Like that's the only thing I can remember him saying.
Swear to me.
Swear to me.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was great. But I don't care because he was Batman, and the thing is that my Batman used to be Michael Keaton. I love Michael Keaton.
I never liked those movies.
I love the first Batman.
No.
I remember walking into the movie theater and watching Batman, and being too little to probably be watching something that violent, and falling in love with Batman and Jack Nicholson. Like growing up, and I was a teenager, I watched every single Jack Nicholson movie ever come up. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I went back and watched Chinatown. Loved his stuff. I mean, Jack Nicholson just...
Well, as a kid, everything he did was rated R, so like my parents never let him go watch anything he ever did.
my parents didn't matter. They didn't care. I walked on down to the Aardvark video store and gave my $3 and got my VHS.
I got a game.
You got game?
I got a game for you.
What's that?
Box Office Mojo game.
All right, hit me.
How much did these movies make?
All right.
In the U.S., we won't go worldwide.
Got it.
The original Batman.
Domestic.
Michael Keaton, 1988?
89?
Something like that?
89, say 89.
How much did it make in its full run? I don't have the answer. I'm not going to look it up till you answer, and I'm going to guess.
80 million.
No, it was a big hit. Okay, well, that's your guess.
All right, 110.
I'll say 150.
110.
Okay. The original Batman movie made domestically. Wait, let me see. Oh, we were both off. 251 million.
That was my first thought.
Really?
Yeah, that's like $250 million. But
That's a huge amount of money for back then, especially since it cost 35 to make.
And 25 of that was Jack.
Wow.
He had to have it back then.
You're gonna pay me what I want.
I love the fact that he was just crazy. And it's like, who can get to be crazy?
That's my new game, the Box Office Mojo game. What's a movie from you want to think of that we can guess the amount it made?
Oh, Tron.
Oh, that's a good one.
The original Tron.
The original Tron, I'm going to say,
I love that.
I'll say 45 million.
So this was, when was Tron? 70s?
No, it was like the early 80s.
I'm going to go 50 million. It was low.
The original Tron
Domestically, 50 million.
made $33 million.
Wow. And to think how important that film is.
It Production budget 17.
Yeah, they didn't make a lot of money off that. But
They're supposed to make another sequel.
well, Ready Player One.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I haven't
yeah,
got to watch it.
Well, it's not out yet.
That's
might be
fine.
why.
That's why I haven't got to watch
That
it.
might be why.
But I've been reading some reviews and they've been somewhat positive.
Well, there was like backlash against it.
Backlash.
There's like this weird, you know how the internet backlashes against everything eventually. Steven Spielberg, they want it to be like the 80s movie, like go back to his blockbuster glory days.
Which he's not going to be able to do.
Well, maybe he might, maybe he won't.
He won't.
But this movie is people are saying they're relying, well, what you said about Stranger Things. He's relying too much on 80s nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like just putting a buttload of crap in there to make you say, oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I hate that.
But it was shown at South by Southwest and apparently got rave reviews there.
Okay. I don't buy into nostalgia. It's like a show that does the whole, if you're a fan, you'll enjoy it. That's one of the problems I have with the BBC Sherlock, just to digress, is that the first season was awesome. Second season was pretty good. The third and fourth season, it's like relying on this whole, you're a fan, you get the inside joke, you get the inside feel of it. And so it's relying too much on its own laurels. Same thing with, I'm just going to go right out and say this.
Do it, say it.
Third season of Stranger Things. If they don't fix it, that's it.
I like the second season. I like seasons 1 and 2.
It was the samey.
Well, it was.
Samey.
But it's a hard line to follow.
That doesn't...
I mean, do you make a completely different show?
No, you go...
And mess up the formula that made the first one great?
Okay, here's the thing.
Which they did because they took 11 away from the boys.
Which was the worst part of the thing.
Yeah.
As a side... Okay, so here's what happens. What did they do in the first one? You have a beloved side character that you can kill off. What was her name? Beth? Barb.
Poor Barb.
So second season, what do we do? Let's have a beloved side character.
Yeah.
Bob. Okay, let's kill
Bob
him.
and Barb.
Kill him gruesomely.
Forever in eternity.
Let's have Will be as annoying as possible. Check. And so what did they do in the whole thing other than...
Who's Will?
The kid that they're always lost. Will!
Oh, yeah.
That you hate.
I forget him, yeah.
And so they ruined... So everything that was in the first season that was great. The connection between the main kid and 11 wasn't there. The sheriff was basically on the ball this time. And I mean, there was just a lot that happened in it. The third season needs to be drastically different. They call it the sophomore slump. That's what's generally termed. The second season generally in some films, shows just flop.
I just saw on Twitter that it might be the last season. I don't know why.
I'm a prophet.
I thought it was going to be fourth.
The kids are getting
the
old.
Duffer guys were saying 4 and 5.
The kids are getting old.
That's true.
The kids will get old. They'll lose its appeal. They'll lose the nostalgia. Right now, this age's nostalgia is being
the 80s.
To death.
The 80s are being mined seriously.
What's going to happen here in 20 years when we're watching 90s stuff?
20 years? They're hitting it now.
That's going to kill me.
Early 2000.
It's going to kill me.
That lets you know you're old.
Well,
this is what I always go to. This is how I know I'm old. The 80s to us are what the 50s were in the 80s to the Back to the Future crowd.
Yeah.
That's why it was a big hit, because they went to the 50s.
Yeah.
They went to nostalgia.
Was it? I was recently watching the old Blade Runner intro, and it was like in 2019 or 20. So it's like, wait a minute. It's like right around the corner
in the super future.
And then you go back and watch Back to the Future, the second one, and they're like,
oh my goodness. Yeah.
What was it?
2025.
2025 or something like that?
No, wait, 2015.
2015.
Oh my goodness. We're 3 years past it.
Where's your hoverboard?
Wow.
And you just sit there and you watch stuff and you think, why really?
We're so old.
You're so old. Where's our hoverboard?
How old are you?
I'm old.
I forget. 32.
83.
31.
83.
35.
94.
34.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
Oh, God.
I'm old.
In dog years, you're dead.
I don't have much longer.
No, you don't. Well, I'm tired of talking about Benedict Cumberbatch. I never thought I'd say that.
Cumberpatch?
I call him Cumberpatch.
He's the patch.
I love the man.
The patch man?
Cumberpatch.
All right, well, fine.
And there's not a lot to disagree on except the fact that you're wrong about Wrath of Khan. You're wrong about Star Trek Into the Darkness. You're wrong about
Star Trek. It's Star Trek.
Star Trek.
No, it's not.
When they start
get it right. You get it right, then I respect your opinion.
They haven't started there. It's Star Trek because they're following the same formula.
Boss.
Freaking. Oh, what's his face? J.J. Abrams and your lights and
hey, lens flare makes it cool.
I have no.
He's revived several things that you love.
No faith in him for the next coming Star Wars.
Oh,
no faith.
Better than Ryan, who ruined everything. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, you ain't got nothing to say.
Ryan,
took our beloved characters.
Ryan,
Luke,
I love you. No,
Luke was
Star Trek.
Luke was a Jedi Knight through and through.
Was the greatest.
Lived to be a Jedi. He would have never done the things he did in Last of the Jedi.
Yeah.
All right, and that's all we got for today.
Just die.
No, I'm not going to. I'll just disappear.
That's exactly because you know who else did that?
And my cloak will fall to the ground.
Obi-Wan. They all did
Luke.
That.
The old Luke would have never done that.
That's what he said. He said, "No, I'm done with this."
No, the old Luke would have never done that.
Sign us off.
Ryan just was like,
Love you, Ryan.
I hate you, JJ. I'm going to mess up everything you did.
Nobody likes JJ.
I love JJ.
Nobody likes JJ and that weird glasses.
Look who's talking. That's a good movie.
I hate John Travolta.
Who doesn't like a baby talking with Bruce Willis' voice?
They need to remake that.
Cocoon. I'm just spouting off random movies.
Nope. Done. Done.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Yeah.